Hi, Nancy Burt-Preece here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Here's all my contact information, including my social media. Today we are making a vertical freestanding card, which I cased the design from Susan Campfield from 2022. So it fits in a regular envelope, and then it also stands up. So it's kind of a neat card to send to somebody that also has a wonderful, you don't trip it over, ability to stand up. So let's figure out how to make this. I figured out I forgot to add one detail, which is the white piece, and I hope I cut one. I don't think I did. So that'll be fun. So what that piece is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. So I'll be doing that when we need it. So let's start. The first thing we need is a piece of 8 by 5 1/2. So it's a little bit different. And I scored it at 1 1/2, 2 3/4, 5 1/4, and 6 1/2. And what I'm going to do is use my bone folder. And I'm going to make sure that one, I'm going to fold both of those two pieces in. I'll do that first. Then I'm going to fold this part out. Bone fold. Same thing on this side. Bone fold. Now, if it's not exactly perfect, that's okay, because it's kind of going to be covered up, but you want it pretty close. Then I have a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's going to be the back part of my card. And the first thing I'm going to do is I have 2, this is DSP 1, and they are 3/4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere those. On either side, and it doesn't have to be exact, but I try to line it up as close as I can. Oops, let me put a little bit more down there. There we go. Okay. And you can see they're not exactly, and that's why I do the green glue, because this one needs to move over just a smidge so that they're a little bit more lined up. Excellent. Now I'm going to take this piece and open it up, and these are DSP 2. I have 2 of them, 1 by 5 1/4. You can use either side. I chose the stripes because I just thought it was kind of neat. I'm going to use some of these for my Christmas thank you notes. So I liked the green to go with that. Have I started them yet? No, but I will. Okay, there, we've got that in there. The next piece of DSP is DSP 3. It's 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. Once again, you could use either side. I'm going to use this side. So now I've got all the DSP on here. I'm going to fold it shut, and I'm going to put a lot of adhesive right on this center panel. I love when I get my hands in glue. That's a great thing. And I'm going to make sure it lines up with the bottom. If it goes over a little bit in the top, that's okay. But it's got to be flush to the bottom, or it won't stand up correctly. And you want it so you get about the same amount on either side. Don't worry about that because I'm going to cover that up. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit. Now I have another piece of cherry, which is 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. and I'm going to put some DSP for 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. So this is the Nests of Winter. It really came out last year, this packet of DSP, but it's still in the catalog. And it still has the dies are still available. So I am using that for this card. Now I'm going to close this. Don't worry, you got a little bit of glue there. You're going to put glue all over here. In fact, I'm going to open this one up a little bit and put glue here. And I'm going to adhere this only on this left mat. I want to put them both down so I can, once again, it's got to be flush to the bottom. Kind of get it lined up as best I can. And I'm even going to do a little bit of boom folding here. Really get that. Okay. So we've got our freestanding card. I'm not going to cut this right now. All I did is put a piece of white, 2 1/4 by 5 1/4 there. So I think you can do that part yourself. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm using, with you in mind, stamp set for the thank you, to the point die. Nope, sorry, that's a punch. To the point punch. I'm going to kind of get this closed so I like it the way it looks. I'll maybe put that up there. And I am going to pop up. I was able to cut this right out of the Designer Series paper using the die from the Wintry Treetops dies, which works so great with this paper. I love it. It is just an easy, fun way to cut these beautiful birds out of the Designer Series paper. And the paper's gorgeous, so I love it. I'm going to close that again. Put the bird however I want it. And the last thing I'm going to do is put the cherries and berries. I'm not actually using the berries. I guess I'm using the cherries this time. And depending on where your bird lies or sits, I'm going to scoop this up and put a couple of the cherries on there. On the first one, I only put 1, but this one seems like it would be better to have 2. So, and I could actually move the bird down. I'm debating whether I should do that, but I don't want to cover up all the thank you. I think I'm going to leave it where it is. So it's a little bit different, depending on what bird you pick. Easy, but a really wow, fun fold, vertical freestanding card. Not hard, and a lot of fun and packs a wow. I hope you give it a try. Take care.